it's wintry. It is definitely heading towards a cold snap after the lovely mild weather we have had. This is Healy Park in Omagh for the 2024 AIB Ulster Intermediate Championship final between Carrickmacross in the green, who are in that shot there down at the side of the pitch. We have a camera down capturing the last minute instructions there, and Mullahoran are in the blue over to the right. Mullahoran from Cavan, Carrickmacross from Monaghan. So Monaghan against Cavan here in Omagh. The referee is Brendan Rice from Warren Point in County Down, and I'm going to give you the teams in a minute. There's two changes. That's Mullahoran there, and we're told that there's two changes for them. I'll give you them in just a second, but let's have a look at them warming up first. And they are getting ready for this, of course, a famous history. But history doesn't win you games necessarily. But they have scored 15 goals in the last 3 games and only conceded 1. So that would certainly augur well, and they've a lot of young talent coming through, and Cavan have done extremely well at All Ireland under 16 and minor this year, and at school level, and of course they have the Sheridan sisters as well, so they are quite the force. Carrickmacross, you see their subs there in the stand, a little bit shy, and look how young that they are, but they are here after winning the junior championship 3 years ago, so they know what Ulster's about, but this is a big step up. Kerry Martin in their management was the goalie back then 3 years ago, and she is now involved there, as is of course Shane Donoghue and Robbie Honey as well. I hope I pronounced that right. They have had 2 wins so far. They beat Saul and they beat Tempo. They've scored 8 goals and only conceded 1. So maybe we can look at the teams, because we're not far away from the start of the game and the anthem, which will be sung, by the way, by the Kildress Wolftones under 12s, as they did yesterday in Kildress at the junior final. So Mullahoran then 2 changes. Number 4, Ciara Brady Dennehy is not starting. Instead, 27, Kyra Comiskey is in there. And at number 10, Kathy Shields is not starting. She has been replaced by number 17, Ciara Brennan. Fauncha Higgins is just 16 years old, but a fabulous goalkeeper, a niece of Damien O'Reilly from the 1997 Cavan winning team, if you know your Cavan. Hannah Brady is only 16 as well. Aoibhinn Galligan is only 17. She was a Cavan minor this year, the youth on the team. And then you have Sheila Riley as the captain at number 7. She's back after 2 ACLs. And then you have the Sheridans, you have Geraldine, you have Mona, and you have of course Aisling Sheridan at number 14 as well. And I think we have now been called for a minute's silence. We have a big crowd already watching online on Ulster Ladies Facebook and Ulster Ladies YouTube. You have a choice of where you want to watch it there, and we've had messages from the likes of James Matthews watching from Killinkere and County Cavan. Best of luck to the 2 Cavan teams today. Of course, we're streaming the second game later as well. Josephine McGarrell watching from Carrickmacross. Best of luck, ladies. And let's have a look indeed now at the Carrickmacross team if we can. We just had a look at Mullahoran, so let's have a look at the other team now. Feel free to send me your messages there on the YouTube and Facebook as we go on. Megan McKeough says she's watching from Abu Dhabi up Mullahoran. She's on the YouTube link there, and you see a lovely close-up shot there of the Mullahoran girls before they start there in their huddle, and you see Aisling Sheridan in there back from Australia, and she's having a few inspirational words there to her team. So Carrickmacross, no changes. Aoibhinn O'Rourke in goal. Sarah Corr is at full back. Kate Duffy will captain the team from centre half back. She's the only mammy on the team, by the way. A shout out for her son Logan. Vice captain at number 7 is Amy Scottson. And at midfield you have Ciara Larney and Ella Carolan. Laura Grimes at number 11. Her twin Aisling is in the subs. And number 13, Sarah Capaldi. Scored 1-9 against Tempo, 0-8 against Saul, and 0-7 of that was from play. Orna Kelly at number 14 is only 19, and she's a fine player as well. And Anya Lockman was player of the match in the Ulster final. So Brendan Rice about to get us underway then with this final here. The winners to play the Carlow champions and Leinster champions Bennakerry Tinryland, and it will be home advantage for whoever wins here. And the sun is doing its best to come out, and has indeed just managed to do that. It's Carrickmacross in the green, playing from left to right. Ella Carolan on the ball right away, but tenacious tackling there by the number 2 Hannah Brady to win the ball, but it's turned over again instantly for the girls in green from Carrick. We call them Carrick because that's what they're known locally, but it is Carrickmacross in County Monaghan. Now, no pattern so far. We're only 30 seconds in, apart from that possession has changed hands about 3 or 4 times. That's 27, Kyra Comiskey, who has come in from the start of this game. So the sun is way over to our right, so Mullahoran are actually shooting into that sun, if you like. It'll be in their eyes. Now that's interesting. The keepers come out to collect that, but the Carrickmacross number 10 all the way back there, and the keeper under serious pressure, and they've got it back. Mullahoran, have they? No, the referee has blown. Not sure what he's given. He might even give a penalty. He's walking towards that area, and he has. He's given a penalty. Let's look at the replay again and see what the infringement was there. And the Mullahoran player, was it Aisling Sheridan, was claiming right away. I'm not quite sure actually what happened there. Maybe you can let me know in the messages what you saw there. But definitely a penalty for Mullahoran right at the start. So they're playing into the sun there, but that won't affect the kicker here. The goalkeeper, Aoibhinn O'Rourke, 18 years old, from Carrickmacross, dancing on her line. The penalty to be taken by Geraldine Sheridan. She was married 2 days before the semi-final and still played. That's her commitment. Now, can she get a goal right away? And she puts it in the corner, and it's gone wide. No, it's gone wide. I thought it had maybe hit the net and maybe gone under, and maybe the net wasn't down right, but it was. Let's watch it again. It was a tricky one to judge. She just tried to side foot it slowly into the corner there. I thought that was inside, I'd have to say, but it's not. It's no goal. And a let off for Carrickmacross right at the start, but Mullahoran should really be on the scoreboard. Aisling Sheridan will take this when she's a vice captain on the team. The 4 sisters, Louise in the subs as well, although I think she's injured, and that should just float over the bar. And this time Mullahoran are on the scoreboard. 1 point to no score. What a dramatic start to this game. So I was trying to explain, the sun is way over to our left, as you can see, and work that out from those shots as well. So behind the goalkeeper, kicking the ball out now makes it a little bit tricky. She goes short and gets good possession, but that's very tight and nearly intercepted, and might still be. Pressure on Kate Duffy there as she was given the pass, but they do get away with it, Carrickmacross. But they will be pretty relieved to get up the field after that little flurry of attacks. Could have been 1-1. Instead it's just the 1 point, but certainly a warning sign for them. Number 5 is Anya Lockman. Number 11 is Laura Grimes. Good driving by her, right up to the edge of the D, gives it back to Ciara Larney, and that ball over the top is going to go right through to the goalkeeper, to Foncha Higgins. And that's intercepted well by Amy Scottson, the vice-captain of the team. Can they capitalise and get an equaliser here? And number 30 is there for Carrickmacross. I was told there was no changes. That was announced before the game. But number 30 is definitely out there for Carrickmacross. And that would be Adamar O'Callaghan. Now the shot comes in. That looks a decent one. If it curls in, it just doesn't. Oh, it does. It drops onto the crossbar and goes over the bar and ends up in a very fine point indeed by Laura McGeown. Watch it again here. In my view, my angle here, it didn't look like it was going to come in, but it was bang on target. Good score. 1 point each. And if that had dropped a little bit lower, the keeper might have had bother, because the sun definitely would have been in her eyes. It's a number 7 again, Scottson. Slips it in to Larney, and that's gone right across the goals and has gone wide. Well, an eventful start to this game. We had an eventful game yesterday in the junior final up at Kildress. Downing's winning by a point after extra time, and this looks like it has the makings of another thriller here. Higgins gives it everything and really gets over the press and all the way up the field. In fact, that's an assist, because it's gone all the way to Aisling Sheridan, and good strong typical play by her, getting it to Annie Danaher, and Annie slips it to Kate Fagan, another fabulous forward. She's only 17, but she can be deadly in front of goal. But good defending for Carrickmacross to get over and block that. They saw the danger, and that was a great counter attack there. But we'll see the players coming across here. It was good defending, and a block there by, was it the number 3, Sarah Carr, coming across, but a very important block. But the threat there again from Mullahoran. Credit to the goalkeeper. Mighty kick over the top of everybody. And indeed, this is her now, coming up to take the 45 as well. And a little chip pass there, and she'll get it back. And she's staying up in the attack. She's a confident girl. Oh, hold on, she might need to get back in goals now, because Carrickmacross have it. Now, Mullahoran have a player back, but they don't have their goalkeeper back, and she's trying to make her way back, but the ball travels a lot faster than any human, and they might get a score out of this. Carrickmacross, there's no keeper in. There is somebody there, but not the keeper. But they'll just take their point, will they? No, they're going for goal, and they've got a goal. Well, you have to say that's the goalkeeper getting caught out there, the whole defence getting caught out, and Carrickmacross taking full advantage there. And they put it in the net, and they were caught out there. Mullahoran, after having 2 goal chances, opportunities at the other end, they've conceded. And that is 1-1 to Carrickmacross. The Monaghan girls did really well there to capitalise on that situation. And how many times have they got a ball in these sort of situations? And now it's Orna Kelly going through, and she might be looking for another one. She's still going, and she finishes it, but the referee says no, over-carrying. He's given over-carrying, no goal, just the 1 goal. Let's watch it again here. The keeper going back, and it looked like she had a clear run in, and here, yeah, there's a lot of steps. Good call by Brendan Rice, the referee of 3 senior All-Ireland inter-county finals. Let off now for Mullahoran. Higgins gives it everything up into the middle. 2 of her teammates go, and 1 gets it on the break. Now, when they move it quick, they are pretty effective. This is Kate Fagan. Off she goes. It's a little bit surprising. You have to keep looking at the scoreboard. How are they a goal down? But they are. They've had 2 great opportunities. They have another one now, and the keeper saves it well. And Carrickmacross have survived yet again. That is 3 goal opportunities, and you see our camera there showing the umpire clearly giving the point. They do get a point out of it, but that could have been a goal. And the run, the strong run through, and the keeper did really well. Aoibhinn O'Rourke, only 18. Well, she survived the penalty, although she didn't save it, but she saved that one. And Carrickmacross are somehow leading this game by 2 points. Mullahoran get it back, and even though they haven't taken their opportunities, the fact that they are creating them, I think, would cause concern for Carrickmacross. How long can they survive this onslaught of attacking? They're very good on the counter, but this time there's a lot of players back. Big pitch here in Healy Park, of course, and Mullahoran making full use of that, and that's going to be tricky for teams wanting to get players up and down the field. This is Sheridan looking very lively, and that's an adventurous, ambitious, superb ball across the field. And the tackle comes in, and the referee says no foul, no foul. But the Mullahoran player still battling around 3 or 4, and it was Geraldine Sheridan, I think. And then a shot comes in, and that could have dropped in as well, but it doesn't. It goes to the left, and it goes wide. And there is the goalkeeper, Aoibhinn O'Rourke. She's been a busy girl so far, but so far has not conceded a goal. Left-footed kick, but it goes straight to Sheridan, to Aisling Sheridan, and now Kate Fagan. And she just has 1 player and then the keeper, but doesn't get a connection. And that's, what, 5 goal efforts now from Mullahoran. And they are slicing through, but they haven't had the finish as yet. Carrickmacross struggling to get away, and they don't, because that has been intercepted by Amelia Mousey, who was the player of the match the last day, I believe. And a great score from her. And they do get a point that time from Mussey to bring it back to a 1 point game. Amelia on target, just 16 years old. She has 4 aunties, believe it or not, on the 1977 Mullahoran team who won the All-Ireland, the famous team way back. And she was also Cavan under-16 captain. So lots of ability and talent there. And they come again. It's Aisling Sheridan, but she is surrounded, and Kate Duffy gets across, and between 2 and 3 players, they get it away. Ashley McAuliffe back there, the number 10. She's been back there more or less playing in a full back role since the start, despite wearing number 10. I have to keep looking at the scoreboard and reminding you that Carrickmacross still lead by a point, because it feels like Mullahoran have scored more, but they just haven't. And this is Laura Grimes for Carrickmacross. But Mullahoran working very hard around the middle of the field, but they have made some elementary errors in defence and been turned over rather easily. They're definitely very good attacking, but the defence needs to tighten up a little bit. This is Orna Kelly. She got through and put the ball in the net, remember? Could have been a 6-point lead. Now it's just 1. She combines well with Caitlin Gilroy, who was up there, number 4. Her sister Brianna is in the subs. But Mullahoran have it and looking to counter, and immediately Sheridan looks up, always trying to get the kick pass to get it up quickly into the forwards, and there's loads of room up there. In fact, it's a 2-on-1 if you don't count the goalkeeper. It's a chance for Mullahoran. It's Kate Fagan. She dummies and gives it inside to Geraldine Sheridan. Well, it had to come, and now it has come, and the referee is okay with it. Just checking with him, and Geraldine makes up for the penalty miss by getting a goal. And really, the goal should have come earlier, but after 11 and a half minutes, it finally is here, and Mullahoran will be very happy with that, to see that go into the net. That's a little bit of a relief for them. Geraldine playing in a very forward position. She's not playing centre half back, but the threat finally has materialised. A goal for Mullahoran. 1-3 to 1-1. 11 and a half minutes gone. Now, Carrickmacross, what can they do about it? They get it to their captain. They get it to Duffy, captain of the team for 6 years. She has had a bit of time out, but she's definitely the captain today. And that ball, a little bit of a 50-50 at best from the Carrick player, and Mullahoran have just eaten that one up, and now their tails are up. Certainly a lot of ability on their team, but that one is going to be a free to Carrick. And there you see the crowd in the stand, the subs and the big crowd enjoying this game. And the flags going up for the Mullahoran Dreadnoughts as well, the blue and yellow. But it's Carrick in the green with possession now, trying to find a way through, but Mullahoran have 12 players behind the ball. Challenge comes in on Duffy from Denneher. This is Anya Lockman. You see there the number 30, O'Callaghan. They're not making much progress here. Or are they? Ella Carolyn. Oh, and she gets a good ball in too, Lockman. But a great block. And Mullahoran defending much better now. And they get the free out as well. Crowd enjoyed that one. There you see the Mullahoran supporters. They're breathing a little bit more easily now than they would have done in the first 10 minutes or so. They've got to grips with this game, and out around the middle they keep looking for Aisling Sheridan, and she indeed is getting that ball. She's moved nicely to get it, and moved left and then right and read it beautifully, and as I said before, she loves to kick that direct ball in there, and that's a great ball towards Kate Fagan again, and she has a run on goal. What a brilliant young player she is, but she'll just take her point on this occasion. A terrific play. The 17-year-old, a minor this year for Cavan, and we've seen her and noticed her and watched her for a few years at schools level and at underage level, and she is now materialising at senior level for her club. Manager's getting a little bit excited on the sideline. It's 1-4 to 1-1. And remember, it was 1-1 to 1, so it's been a turnaround for Mullahoran, but here comes Laura McGeown and Carrick leading the charge. O'Callaghan slips it inside to her midfielder Carolyn, surrounded by blue jerseys though. O'Callaghan takes a little run, a little burst there, left footed. That's dangerous, and the keeper just palmed it and got away with it at the second time of asking. She was maybe remembering the first one and didn't want to try to catch that one. She's still out the field and plays a little ball left footed, and it turns out to be a good pass. Well, she certainly doesn't lack confidence, and why not? She's a fantastic young goalkeeper. And in the All-Ireland minor final this year down in Ballinasloe, she made an incredible left-handed save. Good ball down to the left corner here to Nicole Shields of Mullahoran. Her cousin Kathy was listed at number 10 but didn't start, and that is a tricky one for the keeper to watch, and she watched it and it sailed over the bar, and it's a really good point by Nicole for Mullahoran, and they now are motoring 1-5 to 1-1, 1 quarter of the game gone. There's the Bannister. The Mullahoran management, Shawnee Smith, Jim Riley, Seamus Higgins. And is this another score? It is. Mullahoran really ticking over nicely now. 1-6 to 1-1. 5 points in it now. And they've turned it round from being 3 down. So that's 8 now they have turned it round by. That's Grace Connolly coming out of defence and does well for Carrick. They get up to halfway, and that kick pass just under 50-50, I would say, but it did get there, and it got to Laura McGeown, who was clearly fouled by Ciara Brennan. Back to Caitlin Gilroy. To McGeown for Carrick, but look, not many options ahead. Look at the blue jersey sitting in there, marshalling all areas, and not many green jerseys there, so players having to make individual bursts, which is what Anya Lockman is doing, but they're again not making too much progress and having to go round the edges. But this could be interesting if she can burst through here. The centre half forward, advantage given, and now the free given. Laura Grimes fouled there, the 19-year-old, and that will be a free in as the sun comes out rather strongly now in the last few seconds as you watch that again. And this is a good opportunity for Carrick just to settle the ship a little bit. They've been under a lot of pressure. I'm told we have a viewer in San Francisco. That's come up on the Facebook. Is it Anne Brady? Thank you for that. Watching that, Anne. Watching the play as O'Callaghan. Oh, it comes off the post. And really, that's a golden opportunity missed there. And she maybe tried to curl it in and it didn't come, but it just came off the post. Carrick just with the 1 goal and a point now to their name, but should have been 2 points there. But never mind 1 score, it would have been maybe a little bit of a settler for them. And there goes that direct ball again, looking for Fagan inside her. Geraldine Sheridan, and she gets it. That's brilliant movement and great holding up play by her. She's under a lot of pressure, but she's very tenacious. Finally, she relinquishes possession, and Carrick have it. But that long, direct ball has caused a lot of trouble. And so now Carrickmacross are doing the same. Kick passing the ball on this big pitch here in Omagh. What are the options inside though? I see Mullahoran have a player back in a sort of +1 position, so the shot has to come from distance, and it's gone well to the right, and a tame effort in the end. And Carrickmacross, after that enterprising bright start, are fading a little and struggling here. May Gartland watching from Carrickmacross, also mentioning her messaging on Facebook there, so thanks for that. Big crowd watching on there. And on the YouTube channel as well, as Mullahoran come out with the ball. Daniel is wishing his teacher Sheila Riley good luck. Come on, Mullahoran. That's from Sandra Dobson. That's on the YouTube. Sheila is the captain of Mullahoran, number 7. Played for Cavan for 5 years, 2014 to 2019. And here comes the number 10 I mentioned, Ashley McAuliffe, who was playing in the full back line, but she's made good progress up the field, and that's an interesting ball if it goes over the top, but it doesn't. But the referee is going to bring it back. I think there was a foul a little bit earlier, so he gave advantage and has now brought it back to award the free to Carrick. a reminder, we have a live stream after this, the senior final. We'll be joined in that by Geraldine McGinley, former Antrim player. And that's an interesting effort. It might have just dropped in the corner, but Foncha Higgins watched it extremely well. And after that little mishap early on, Mullahoran have really settled into this game, and the promise that they showed has come to fruition on the scoreboard, and they've won a lot of little balls like that around the field as well, and now they're bursting out of it with confidence and with tenacity, and they've extra players over as well, and they're really stretching Carrickmacross. They're struggling to hold on to them. They are on fire, this Mullahoran team, when they get going, and the players over, and the referee is going to bring that one back. There was a foul, a clear foul there. So 20.5 minutes gone. This is Aisling Sheridan. Fair distance out, but she puts it very, very high, and that's going to reach if it's on target, and indeed clears the bar easily. Good score by Sheridan, and there you see her shot off the bar from behind. 21 minutes gone. 6-point lead. Evelyn O'Rourke belts the ball over to the left half back sort of position. It's picked up by Caitlin Gilroy. And Carrick getting plenty of possession and getting up the field, but only the 2 scores so far, and one of them was that counter after the goalkeeper was caught out of her goals, and the other, can't remember actually now, was it a free? I can't remember, but just the 2 scores. And they had a goal disallowed, of course, but they still have promise in there, and there's an interesting ball. If she can get to it, she can't. It was well watched back there for Mullahoran. Trying to see the number, it's a wee bit tricky always when you see a team with a hoop on their jersey and then the number is maybe covered, whether by the light number or the dark number, but this is definitely Aisling Sheridan, and always looking to boot that ball with her right foot, but on this occasion she actually elects just to run it herself, and she's very effective in that playmaker role. She sometimes plays around the middle area closer to the goal, but she's more the creator, and she put that ball in there because she's great forwards in there, and one of them has just been rather crudely taken out. What is the decision here? It was the number 3 getting back there, Sarah Corr, and it wasn't her challenge, it was this challenge that brought down Kate Fagan, and that was definitely crude, I think is the nicest word I can use for that one. Checking again on the live stream for you on the Facebook to see what's happening there, but everything is okay there. Any comments there, you feel free to leave them. Sheridan puts this one over rather easily. 23 minutes gone then. 7-point game. And Mullahoran looking very comfortable and very energetic and dangerous as well, and looking very much like they could do very well at senior level, and that's where they're heading. If they win this, they'll go up to senior. And that's well taken though by Laura Grimes. She's not having that, and she's got a bit of a run through here as well. Now, does she go for her own score or pass? Well, in the end, neither. And that is sort of where they're falling down in the last 10 minutes or so. They have had opportunities, but they haven't finished well. And the Mullahoran player getting across there extremely well. She's been playing in there as a +1. And she's intercepted a lot and got into the right places at the right time. She's been very, very key for them in there. Trying to get her name for you again. The number is a little bit tricky to see, but it's actually the number 8. Yes, Mona Sheridan, of course. Sure, how do I not know Mona Sheridan? And she's been around and been down in Australia and back, and key player for Cavan and for Mullahoran now, I see. And she's filling a very important role in there and using all her experience and reading the game extremely well. So Carrick getting plenty of possession, but they don't have the finish. Higgins again with a belter of a kick out. She really gets serious distance on that, and Carrick have been lulled in a few times, and it's now led to another attack, and Sheridan on the run again, and they've players over again here, and this could be another goal. It's Fagan if she goes for her own score, and does, and somehow it's trickled into the net, and it's another goal all the way from the goalkeeper Foncha Higgins, the 16-year-old, and she's becoming the main provider, the assist maker, and that shot just unluckily coming off the number 10 McAuliffe to beat the goalkeeper, and that was unfortunate, but at the same time it was sort of inevitable the way that the game has been going. 25 minutes gone, 2-8 now to 1-1, and Mullahoran, after all those missed opportunities, now can't miss. That's football for you. And now Carrick struggling. They won the junior 3 years ago. It was a big step up to intermediate. They've taken a few years, and a lot of the panel still there. They were hoping to have another success here today, but they have come up against a bit of a Mullahoran machine. Ella Carolyn, number 9 in there. They're trying to get through the middle, but it's just not working. And a counter is on again, and every time they win the ball back, Mullahoran, look at the speed of them coming through the middle. They are so dangerous, and the movement up ahead is terrific, but it's the run through the middle that is creating the extra player. She gives it to Fagan. Fagan slips it into Sheridan. It's Geraldine through again. There could be another penalty here the way things are going. No, there's not. They've managed to steal that ball away, and the referee is okay with that. I thought they were in trouble there, but they survived this time, and it's number 10 again, McAuliffe, back there. And she has been back there since the start, but you feel maybe they need another player back there to deal with the counter-attacks, although it might already be too late. 4 minutes to half-time, and Carrickmacross in need of something. It is a good open game from end to end. The difference has been that Mullahoran have been extremely dangerous and clinical when they get into the attacking areas. This is McGeown. Carrick have just still got the 2 scores on the board, and of course they had a free that hit the post and they had a goal disallowed, so they're maybe better than that suggests, and Carolyn has the ball now, but it's this area here they just can't get through. They try to go through the middle and they can't. Mullahoran defending extremely well, and that's Sheila Riley marshalling them away, and again the kick is forced to come from distance, and it drops into the keeper's arms, and we all know what that means. It is a bit of a boost to the defence, and the team who have attacked and got the ball away all the way up the field feel a little bit demoralised. And Mullahoran playing with confidence now. Look at that ball across the middle, and another kick pass as well, because they know that Sheridan has the pace, she has the strength, she has the athleticism, she has the vision. What a player, and she's going to have the finish as well, is she? Oh, she does it again. Well, the Sheridans are synonymous with Mullahoran, and Aisling has been to Australia and back, but she is very, very happy leading her team in this game, and they are motoring extremely nicely up to half-time with a big lead in this Ulster final. There's our camera shot behind the goals, and you see the referee telling the goalkeeper to get on with the play, and she does that, gets it out towards Carolyn, but she's unable to get both hands on it. And eventually number 5, Anya Lockman, does get both hands on it. She's got the ball now. There's a Carrick player down in the middle of the field getting treatment. I see a magic spray being applied. This is Lauren McEwen. She's been busy, and a lot of green grass in front of her, and she's going to run into that, but not much support, and that's been partly the issue for Carrick. They're going around the edges, and Mullahoran have a really good defensive structure up there, and they're not letting anybody pass. Last 2 minutes of the first half then, and you feel Carrick need to get in at half time and just settle the ship a little bit. This is Orna Kelly. It's a brilliant run by her. If they could get a score here, it would be terrific for them. What an effort. Oh, she definitely went for goal, but it went to the left and it went wide. Let's have another look at it here. Well, it's taken an individual effort to try and run through the entire defence, and it was a good effort. Oh goodness, they needed that to hit the post on the far side and drop into the net. The player down injured, by the way, was Kate Duffy. She is back on her feet now, and she has quite the job on her hands, because she's marking Aisling Sheridan, who's going for this ball again, and she's such a live wire. For once, she doesn't read it well. Lockman looking to see where she could put it inside, but decided not to. There isn't anybody really there, and Mullahoran have extra players back. Now there's a little punt pass, and that works, but again, it is one Carrick player, it seems, up against 2 or 3 from Mullahoran, but this is better. Little tug on the jersey too, but she's still going. The referee saw it, of course. Great referee. He doesn't miss anything, and he's going to get his book out and tick for that. Little tug on the jersey as well, and he has given the free, and at least for Carrick this should be a score for them. Contrasting emotions on the sideline as the managers think about what they're going to say at half time. Now the last one hit the post on the left. Has she got it right this time? She has. Fair play to her for taking it again and getting it right this time. That is a good point, and that is exactly what they needed. 2-9 to 1-2. Still a long way back, but at least it stops the rot. Now, Higgins has tended to go long, but this time she goes rather shorter, but it doesn't matter because the referee is blowing for half time. A lively first half, very entertaining, but it has ended with Mullahoran with a 10-point lead. After 10 minutes they were behind, I think, or around that. They were a goal down, but you knew it was coming the way they were playing, and you see those lovely shots on the pitch there at half time showing them coming in to talk to their management. There's no panic there, and there's pats on the back. They are very pleased with their performance, and they should be. After the first 10 minutes they settled down. They were caught out for a goal. They missed a penalty, but they settled and then started to put the scores on the boards. They are having a word on the pitch, and then they will go in at half time and have a few more as well. But they are in a very comfortable position, and you know their supporters as well in the stand are going to give them a great reception as they walk in now from that position, caught on our roving sideline camera. And indeed there comes the roar, the famous Mullahoran Dreadnoughts, one of the first, if not the first club in Ulster, winners in 1977 of the All-Ireland club, way before even counties around Ulster had set up. That was a good 14 or 15 years later, and then they got to the final in 78 and 79 as well. And here they are now. They have breathed new club into a very they breathed new life into a very old club. And as you see there, the Omagh years as well, 1972 to 2022. But for ladies football, the Dreadnoughts have been there a long time, and it's great to see them back. We will be back with the second half in about maybe 6 or 7 minutes time. Mullahoran Dreadnoughts emerge for the second half at Healy Park in Omagh for this 2024 AIB Ulster Intermediate Championship final, and they are in a very good position, so just a little bit of encouragement there needed to get them going again for the second half. But they have a 10-point lead over Carrickmacross, so the Cavan girls leading the Monaghan girls, and in the second half they will be playing from left to right. One switch there for Carrickmacross just announced. Grace Connolly, number 2, has been replaced. I didn't catch the number of the player who's come on, but I will get it. They've definitely restructured a little bit, Carrickmacross. Number 8, for example, is over here at left half forward, and number 11 is in midfield. And just as I took my eye off the ball, that is Aisling Sheridan on the ground, and you see it again there for yourself, and the referee immediately calling for that. There's always a concern when there's a knock around the head, you have to stop the play, and that's exactly what Brendan did. We restart with Carrickmacross playing into the sun down to the left hand side here, the town end at Healy Park in Omagh. But they have it all to do in this second half. They'll need to do basically what Mullahoran did to them in the first half, and that was a lot of attacking and a lot of bursting through and great situations, 2-on-1, 2 against 2. They get through so many times, but I can't see that happening, especially with Mona Sheridan sitting in there just monitoring it and playing in the right place and filling the gaps. But also Mullahoran were able to kick past the ball a lot, very, very effectively in that first half, and they got through a lot, whereas you see here at Carrickmacross are just going from side to side and trying to find a way through, and then they play little intricate passes here, but it isn't really getting them anywhere. There's too many Mullahoran players back there, and they're defending so well. So Carrick have a long half ahead of them. They're going to have to be very patient, and they are being, but 14 Mullahoran players are behind the ball here. This is Lockman again. She will try, and again they try to go through that congested area there, and that is the sub number 21 who plays a nice ball in there, but it's all so close and tight, and they get it to number 30, who was actually on from the start of the game, and that is going to go to the left. If they can keep it in, they can't, and you see there the difficulty that Carrickmacross have trying to get through. Number 21 is Kiva Carolan, by the way, and she has come into the Carrickmacross team at half time, and there you see the half-time kids who had a good run out on the pitch, and now they get to watch the seniors, and maybe they will be seniors someday. This is the girl who come on, Carolyn slips it in. This is Laura Grimes. They are certainly pushing at the start of this second half. They are doing all the pressing, and there comes Carlin with a kick, but again that is not going to do. But the referee had seen a foul there, so he's going to bring it back, so they will have a chance here for a score. There's a little bit of drizzle as well in the air now as well, so it's a tricky surface and tricky handling. Now Carolyn is going to take this. She actually scored a penalty in the semi-final for her team, and she's come on now at half time. She's taken the freeze. They need this to go over, obviously, and it goes over, and well done by Kiva Carolan. Now will that lift Carrickmacross 3 minutes into the second half? Encouragement from the sideline. Let's have more of that, he says. Good kick out again from Higgins, and how many times has she started attacks just by the direction and the strength of the kick out and the power of it. Strong tackle coming in, but too strong from Lockman. Amelia Mussey fouled. She's been described as fearless. That's Mona Sheridan going direct. Very direct, and it works. Even though her sister was surrounded by green shirts there, she still won the ball, and that's been one of the features of their performance so far. It's got very dull and dark here in Healy Park. Wonder will they need the lights on later on for the senior game. The pattern we had at the other end has been replicated here, because Sheridan has the ball. She's now forced to go from side to side, and it's Carrick who are sitting in, and Mullahoran looking to get their first score of the second half. The rain is getting heavier. The drizzle has turned into a little bit more of a persistent rainfall, without trying to sound like Barra Best. It's 2-9 to 1-3 now. And it's Carrick who have repelled that attack, and now it's their turn to try and counter. And they use the kick pass, but they have only the one player out on this side, and it's Sarah Hughes, and no real support to make that a telling attack. And it is Sheridan who is sitting back there every time she takes up such a sensible position around the D, and just waiting to move in and attack and use her know-how. And that's been very important and very evident in the first half, and she's taken up that position, not marking anyone. Here comes the same player who scored a minute ago, but that one's gone to the right and it's gone wide. And you see now on our cameras, it's got very wet and miserable here now in Omagh. And the rain is probably going from right to left. The sun is coming down as well, so we've all sorts of weather here. Very tricky for our cameraman. The sun now on the backs of Mullahoran as they go forward into the rain. Strange combination, but good defending there. And it gets Carolyn, and that one is, that time it's Ella Carolyn, but one back by Aisling Sheridan. What was the sound about the Sheridans and the way that they can win dirty ball? And off she goes, and she lays it off as well, and they get there as well. And it could be, should be, and there's another goal. And that was all about Aisling Sheridan's tenacity. Didn't look like she was going to win that ball, but she turned it into a ball that she could win, and it was finished low to the net by Kate Fagan. What a combination the Sheridans are with Kate Fagan when they get going. And that, dare I say, could just about be that. 3-9 to 1-3, and after all Carrickmacross's good work at the start of the second half, it's been undone there in one lethal counter-attack. There's a player down, and it's Ella Carolyn for Carrickmacross. So it's all going wrong for them at the minute. It's turning very miserable weather-wise and in the game itself. The referee says we can play on because it's not a head injury. So we get on with the game. 7 minutes into the second half. 3-9 plays 1-3, and there's another player down. Carrickmacross have two players down. Gives me a chance to check the messages and see what's happening with yourselves on YouTube and Facebook. Siobhan Dalton says, Harry Miney watching in Arva, County Cavan, home of the All-Ireland Junior Champions, wishing his teacher Sheila Riley best of luck and asking for no homework for the whole week if you win. Well, you could be onto a winner there. It looks like they are going to win. And what else have we got? Let's check on the Facebook. That was YouTube it was checking there, so let's see what's happening there, but also try and keep an eye on the game here for you. Mullahoran going looking for an attack again. They're going on an attack again, but the ball spills. The conditions, I think, having an impact there. If they try to bounce the ball, it might well not come back up, or it might slide away from you. But that's great tenacious play over on that left hand side. Was that Mussey, is it? Very hard to see from this distance, and as I say, with those numbers. But it looked like her, and it certainly was the style of her play. Lovely connections, of course, with the 1977 history makers, with Mussey, and indeed with Kate Smith as well. And that shot swung, and you hear the roar. Obviously the crowd on the far side are behind that one at a better angle than me, and you see our camera in amongst them there, and you see the joy and the delight that that score has brought to them. Let's watch a replay. Aisling Sheridan again battling, and somehow gets it out to Kate Fagan, and she delivers. And I say, that combination once again. And yeah, Kate Smith, number 13, her mother Bridget was on the 1977 team. But this is all about the 2024 team, and they are going extremely well and putting a lot of pressure on as well. He's pointing at his hat and their badge as well. The Dreadnoughts are back. Great to see the young lads out supporting the girls. Olive Doherty says, best of luck to my nieces Clodagh Wilson and Amelia Mussey. And Olive Doherty also says, Ulster Ladies Gaelic, New York. So thanks for that. So we have viewers in San Francisco and New York. Carrickmacross are going to have to really dig this one out. But they're trying their best. They've got the ball all the way up into that right corner. And the whistle has gone from Brendan Rice. And we have a couple of subs been warmed up. And warmed up is indeed the appropriate term, I think, because it's chilly out there. Well, they were called from the bench for Carrickmacross. Now they put bibs on, so they're going up and down the sideline. So looks like they'll get a run. Deirdre Smith says, Dylan Smith wishing his teacher Sheila Riley and Mullahoran the best of luck. They're all trying to get in with the teacher. Well, she's going to make history, I think. I think she's going to lift the cup the way things are going, so I'll be keeping in with her too. That's good play by Lockman. She's not giving up by any means. But again, it's those short passes in there and they almost inevitably break down, and now the counter is on again, and we know how dangerous and how lethal Mullahoran can be on the counter. Kate Fagan is looking for it. She's making a run inside. It's gone past her. She might not be needed. And still they keep going, and then the shot is for once not a good one. Eager faces in the crowd. At least they're not getting wet from the rain, but they are watching intently, and they want their team obviously to deliver, but they'd love to get on there, I think, as well. Another player getting treatment, Mullahoran player this time, but the ball is kicked out to Anya Lockman, and on we go to Ciara Larney. That's a good ball to Laura McGeown. That's much better. Lots of kick passes, and they're in here. Carrickmacross with a chance. Sarah Hughes with a one-on-one. Should score, does score. Is there life still in Carrickmacross? That was brilliant. Old style football. Kick passing. Accurate ball. Getting in behind. And then the finish. Slotted to the net by Sarah Hughes. It's 3-10 to 2-3. We've had 5 goals in this game. Great entertainment. And Carrickmacross looking to get it again, but that ball spills and they don't get it. They're looking to get a bit of momentum going, but I'm sure they're tired, but at least that might fire them up a little bit for the last 18 minutes. It would be a pretty incredible comeback, but Mullahoran have the ball. They have the options as well, and they have the dynamic forwards, and they have Kate Fagan there again. How well has she played today? A minor player this year. She's only 17, and how effective has she been at senior level? As the lights come on in Omagh, well, the lights in the stand on at least, and there are lights on top of the stand, so I did suggest that they might put the main floodlights on for the senior game. It's got very dark here, even though it's just coming up to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And a free given to Carrickmacross, and both sets of supporters voicing their opinions on that one. Plenty of smiles though among the Mullahoran subs and supporters. They're not going to panic. They're enjoying that moment. They still have a big comfortable lead. So Ella Carolan, who was down injured a few minutes ago from Carrickmacross, replaced. Didn't quite catch the number on the announcement, but I will pick up the number for you as we go on. But Carrickmacross have the ball. Laura McGeown gives it inside. Laura Grimes. McGeown again. The two Lauras combining. Ciara Larney. Lockman always involved. This is McAuliffe coming forward. She's going to try. So many blue jerseys back there, and it breaks down once again. And Mullahoran's defensive system working so well again, and a rather crude tackle as they try to come out, and Brendan Rice right on the spot. And I think that was just pure frustration. We're in the dugout today as well with the subs. Number 18 there from Mullahoran. Well, I did say it's a roving camera. He's been up in the crowd, he's been behind the goals, he's been in the dugout. That's roving for you. Number 18 is Eton Higgins, and she's the sister of the goalkeeper Foncha. Also on the subs, by the way, Abby Brady. And Abby is number 25, and her mother is Yvonne Brady Duffy, who was a linesperson yesterday in Kildress, well-known Ulster referee, and her grandfather would be John Joe. Lots of history. John Joe was there right at the start for Mullahoran, way back, so he'd be a happy man today, I'm sure, to see his team not just winning here today as they seem to be, but winning in a very entertaining and bright style of football as they like to play. I'm sure down the years, a great brand of football, which gives a lot of encouragement for the future as well, because you're thinking there's a lot more in this team the way they're going. They're far too good for this. Aveen Galligan, number 3. I haven't mentioned her much, but she's been good. Cavan Minor as well from 2024, just 17. This intermediate championship, by the way, has only ever been won by one Cavan team, and that was Knockbride Cavan in 2002. So Knockbride the only winners from Cavan, but Mullahoran looked like they're going to add their name to that. Plenty of winners from Monaghan, like Dunamoyne in 2001, and they did rather well after that, didn't they? Emmyvale 2008, Monaghan Harps 2014, Latin in 2017, Emmett Ogue in 2018, and the Dreadnoughts going through looking for another score, and she's lashed it to the net with a left-footed shot. Well, never mind the rain, never mind the tackles coming in. Mullahoran are raining goals here in Omagh. That was superb stuff, and this time it was actually the centre half forward Amelia Mussey, 16 years old, and that says it all. Sub going on now for Carrickmacross, number 17, and that's not Kira Brennan, that's the other team. It's Sinead Flanagan. And 18 for 12 as well, I think I heard there, or is that the other team actually? Apologies, I didn't quite pick that up.
Number 17, Sinead Flanagan, replaced number 4, Caitlin Gilroy.
Gilroy has gone off for Carrickmacross, number 4, Caitlin Gilroy. The other switch, I think it must have been Mullahoran, but I'll not guess it just yet. I'll try and pick it up for you. 22 on there for Carrickmacross, I see, and that's Aisling Grimes. And she would be a sister of Laura, in fact a twin. Short kick out to Lockman. As the rain continues to come down, I wonder what Lurgan ladies and what Clonairon are thinking. Clonairon won the final here, the senior final last year, in similar conditions to these. Against Breda, if you remember, a low scoring game. Mullahoran on the attack again. And of course it's Sheridan. A bright ball across the field, and it's a chance here for a score. Oh no, she's just lashed at it and put it just to the right and wide. But they still lead 4-10 to 2-3. A wide 12 minutes to go. And it is 22 plays 9, a 13-point lead. So they've stretched from 10 to 13. Lockman comes out for the short, but she's got 2 players around her. Does well for Carrickmacross to get the ball through that. And now there's a little bit of room for them to attack into. Could do with another breakaway goal that they had about 5 or 6 minutes ago. That's Laura Grimes. Her twin sister now on the field as well. This is good play by Laura. Disciplined defending from Mullahoran, forcing the player wide, and the shot does indeed go wide. Just trying to check the numbers and that for you. 13 is on there from Mullahoran, I see. I'm not sure if she came on or was on earlier. That's Kate Smith. She's definitely on the field now. She's down to the right here. In fact, she could benefit here because the run has come down that side. She could be on the end of this one. It was a good run by the number 17, Ciara Brennan, actually, to start it. But do they have the finish? What a performance by Aisling Sheridan. Kate Fagan has been deadly, of course, but Aisling has been at the centre of everything, the playmaker of the team, and would be my contender for player of the match as that kick goes in, but it drops into the keeper's arms. And on that note, if you want to leave a message, hold on, let me watch this here because there could be a goal. The referee is right on the spot as usual, and it's lashed over the bar. Another score for Mullahoran to stretch their lead, and another substitution. This time it is Kathy Shields, number 10, coming on for Kate Smith. I just noticed a minute ago Kate was on and said there she is, and now she's been replaced. So 10 minutes to go, 4-11 plays 2-3. Yeah, feel free to give me your contender for player of the match. I'm thinking Aisling Sheridan, although Kate Fagan I'm sure has a big shout as well. And Mona Sheridan has been very, very important, but usually a +1 doesn't get player of the match. It's just not noticed as much, but I've noticed her and she's been very, very important. Who do you think? Leave a message there on Facebook or YouTube and let me know who you think should be mentioned at least for player of the match. So 9 minutes to go. Carrick now trying to get an attack going, but again, look at the number of blue jerseys. The work rate from Mullahoran has been exceptional. And they're all hunting in packs there. They're not diving in, they're waiting for the challenge, and then, well, they actually have fouled there, and advantage has been given, and it's going to be brought back, even though Lockman seemed to have just skipped through. The referee had just blown his whistle. I'd love to see, actually, in the last 5 or 6 minutes, Mullahoran bringing on Catherine Cullen. She's number 23, and I love in the match programme, she gave her age as 44.75. I like that. So it'll be fun to see her come on. She played, would you believe, against Dunnamoyne in that 2001 final I mentioned 23 years ago. Be lovely to see her come on. Shot comes in from Carrick. That's a tricky one for the keeper to watch, and it just drops over the bar. Good point for Carrickmacross. They haven't had too many of those today. That's just their 4th, but it was well scored by Amy Scottson, their vice captain. Kick out from Higgins. Right up the middle, as many of them have been, and it bounces all the way through, in fact, to 27, Kyra Comiskey, and off she goes, followed by Ciara Larney. This is Kate Fagan. She must have heard me saying I wasn't sure about player of the match, but she gives it to Aisling Sheridan, who puts it in the net, and that definitely seals it for me. Those two have been so dangerous. They deserve the player of the match between them, and the young supporters in the stand here in Omagh absolutely delighted with their performance. What a deadly duo they are. She slipped it to her left, and the finish to the net from Aisling Sheridan, and that should be that. 5 goals they've scored today. 5-11 plays 2-4. 7 minutes to go. Free out. And Lockman again, but I think it's going to be brought back.
Mullahoran team, number 19, Shola Briode, replaces number 17, Ciara Brennan.
You may have heard that one yourself. There's a lot of changes going on now. Looks like, again, just hard to see those numbers. Is it 17 going off for Mullahoran possibly?
Number 4, replaces number 5, Eva Riley.
So Eva Riley, number 5, replaced by Ciara Brady Deneni. Good to see her coming on as well. I was asking for one of the older players to come in. Well, she's put in the match programme that she's 30 plus, and she has a sister, I think, in the team as well. And she is just saying, well, we'll just go with 30 plus then. But she's on the field now, so good to see her coming on. Trying to keep up with all the changes, but there's been a lot. We're into the last 6 minutes. So it's Mullahoran. They're on easy street, but they're still playing extremely well, as you would expect. And they are going to be a force now in the All-Ireland series. That's the exciting thing now. Never mind winning Ulster. There's more work to be done after this. They will play the Carlow champions, Bennakerry Ryland. I saw them last week. We streamed their game in the Leinster final. They, of course, won that one with a very good performance of an excellent team. The likes of Clean and Nihey, you would know from being top scorer in the whole All-Ireland Championship a couple of years ago. But many good players around the team, and they play really good football. Good youth as well as experience, a nice mix. But Mullahoran will have home advantage, so it will be Cavan at home to the Carlow team in the All-Ireland series.
Could all stewards take up their positions at the pitch, please? Thank you. There'll be no spectators allowed on the pitch after the match. Thank you.
That's the second announcement, making it very clear there'll be no supporters allowed on, so they'll get on with the presentation and get the players up to the presentation area and get that cup handed over, and it looks like it's going to Sheila Riley, and it's great to see her captaining the team and playing so well. She's 31 years old, played for Cavan for 5 years, and after that has had not one but 2 cruciates, and has come back and is leading her club now to a famous victory. So that's a marvellous story on its own. There's also one other lovely line I haven't given you that I've held back, but the number 29, Danielle Brady, is in the subs. I don't think she's good on yet, unless I missed that one, but her mother is in the team. That is Ciara Brady Deneni, who just came on as a sub. So they have a mother and daughter out there as well. That's the beauty of club football, that you can get that kind of thing. That's really nice to see. Bit of a hold up there, but the game has flowed really well and the referee has kept it going, and that's why we didn't have much added time either. I don't think we're going to have too much at the end either. So Mullahoran, 15 goals in 3 games up to today, and another 5 today. And they've conceded only 1 goal and then 2 today, so just the 3 at the same time. So 20 goals against 3. That's quite impressive. At least the rain has stopped. 3 minutes to go. Carrick come again with Larney. Goes for her own score, but just doesn't quite reach. There's a vote for Kate Fagan. That's from Helen Brady. For player of the match, I mean. And look where Foncha Higgins is. She got caught out once, but it hasn't stopped her. And she boots the ball up the field, and it's well taken there by Eton Higgins. That's her sister. So she managed to get the ball up to her sister. And this is Kyra Comiskey. She's trying to get another score for her team, just to finish with another score. A little bit of a flourish. Aisling Sheridan again. She's my contender for player of the match. Well, my nominee, actually, not just a contender. And that's well kicked over the bar. Another score for them. And I'm not quite sure who got it. There's another sub going on, and it was number 11. It was Mussy, and it's a 23. That's a girl I wanted to come on. Catherine Cullen, on you go, girl. 44.75 years old, and coming on as a sub and getting a big round of applause there as well. Lovely to see. And a nice position for Mullahoran to be in, to empty the bench like that. 27 has gone off. That's Kyra Comiskey, who of course started the game. Deirdre Smith says Kate Fagan and Aisling Sheridan for joint woman of the match. Nice hug there for Kyra. Well, they don't do joint awards. It'll have to be one or the other. You have to fall on one or the other. So I had that problem as well. But I went for Aisling, and you know, Kate was brilliant with her finishing and her movement, but Aisling, with her battling qualities, has been all over the field. She's been the playmaker. She's pulled the strings and finished as well. And you see her just underlining that again. Off she goes, and so brave as well. And she, to me, is the player of the match. Deirdre also says, Dylan, no, that was a message from earlier on. Yeah, no, I was expecting a few more contenders there or to be named. Feel free to leave a message on Facebook as we go into the last couple of minutes here. Who do you think for player of the match? Is it down to two, I think, Kate Fagan or Aisling Sheridan? Which one do you think? I'm going with Sheridan, but it's a close decision, and that was close as well, but not close enough for a score. So, time running out for Carrickmacross, but they're still running themselves up the field. Still going, still battling. Last few seconds of normal time, trying to create something, but Mullahoran have that one back. And it's their fullback, Aoibhinn Galligan, just 17 years old. To Kate Fagan, just 17 years old. Both county minors this year. And they won the All-Ireland A Minor Championship this year. Cavan are definitely a coming threat in ladies Gaelic football, and Mullahoran are another example of it. And they have a nice mix with players who've been there and done that. The Sheridans, for example, and Catherine Cullen and Ciara Brady Dennehy as well. Players who've been there, done that, and are really enjoying playing with these young girls. That's good defensive work again by Galligan. In added time then, this is Mussey. One of the connections with 1977. Gives it to Mona Sheridan, who's in an advanced position now. Forced to come back, but you're not going to get the ball off her. I think that's the number 7. That would be Sheila Riley, the captain, with her hands on the ball and soon to get her hands on the cup. A loose challenge goes in and the referee just gives advantage, which is good advantage. Annie Danaher, number 9. She's only 21 and it's a rather crude challenge. Annie Danaher, by the way, is a strength and conditioning coach with the Dublin Seniors. So the second minute of added time now. The referee just having a word to settle things down. Here come Mullahoran again, looking for another score from a pretty ridiculous angle. Surely not. Oh, well, you may as well. When you're that far ahead, you may as well finish with a little bit of a swagger as well. 33rd minute of the second half, 5-13 to 2-4, and the cheekiest of scores. But why not? This team has played with a swagger all day long, and they are a serious threat. They've scored 5 goals again today, and they are going to be the 2024 AIB Ulster Intermediate Champions, and they might even get another one here. And Mussey, I think, was through again and looked to be fouled, but it doesn't matter. It matters not. They are champions. And look at the celebrations on the sideline. Look what it means to the management. Shawnee Smith, Jim Riley, Seamus Higgins and the others, the whole management team and everyone in Mullahoran, right down to John Joe Brady, Yvonne Brady, the whole family, the Sheridans, the young girls coming through. What a mix they are, and what a threat that they are going to be next year as well, and in the All-Ireland in the next couple of weeks. They are going to play the Carlow champions Bennakerry, Tinryland, and what a game that is going to be. And they're going to have home advantage, and what a day that is going to be for the famous Cavan club to host an All-Ireland semi-final. And I've been to a few games at that venue. I'm sure they will be able to host it there as well. But what an occasion it will be for them. Absolutely fabulous. Look, there's crutches out there, and there's no families allowed out there just yet, but there is a flare out there, as you can see, and there's 1 or 2 young ones getting out there despite the announcements. But great celebrations, and our camera right in there in the middle of them to join in the celebrations for the Mullahoran Dreadnoughts. What a famous day for them. They've had famous days in the past, and not many more famous when you think of 1977 They were formed around 1975 with John Joe Brady and the rest of them there, and Rosemary Coyle and people like that. And they got it going. Rosemary was in Dublin with the Cavan Association there, and they got going. They got players who played soccer. They got players in, and they got together and they got them going, and they won the All-Ireland in 1977, and they were in the final in 78 and 79. And here they are, back, breathing new life into the oldest, or one of the oldest ladies football clubs in Ulster. And look at the celebrations now. They're running over to the supporters to join with them and say, look, we did it. And boy, did they do it in style. Brilliant victory for Mullahoran. There was no real doubt, even early on when they conceded a goal. You could see by the way they were playing. And they play great football. They play football the way it should be played. And it's great to see players like the Sheridans, like Geraldine, Louise, Aisling and Mona, girls who have been to Australia. They've had injuries and they've come back. They still have injuries and they are still firing, and they've deserved this victory with their club. Well done to the Cavan club. It's an Ulster Championship for Cavan, and remember, there's another stream coming up right after this with another Cavan team, Lurgan Ladies against Clan Éireann. I'm going to stop now because I think we'll be able to hear the Ulster President, Jerry Doherty.
We also thank and offer our best wishes to Carrickmacross for an excellent game of football they have played, and we wish them well with the hope that next year they will be back to compete once again for us. Can I also take the opportunity to thank our sponsors, all those people who help us throughout the year. They help us. I encourage you to help them. But while we have and offer best wishes to our runners-up today and everybody else, it's congratulations to Mullahoran, who, as I said, will go forward to represent us in the All-Ireland Series. Additionally, Ulster Council also choose the most valuable player of the match today, and that honour goes to the Mullahoran full forward, number 14, Aisling Sheridan. If Aisling comes up, we will offer her trophy here before us.
Well, not that there was any real doubt about that, although Kate Fagan had a good shout for player of the match as well, but impossible to go past this player, Aisling Sheridan. 3 sisters in the squad. Means a lot to her and her family. A great day for the Sheridans and a great day for Mullahoran Dreadnoughts there with the Ulster President, Jerry Doherty. And Jerry will now call up the captain, Sheila Riley, back from 2 ACLs. To come up and lift that trophy. So many terrific stories here around Mullahoran, and they're taking the time to get that photograph done. But they have it done now, and Aisling has her award. And don't forget, we have a live stream right after this.
And now, can I have the captain of the captain of the Mullahoran team, number 7, Sheila Riley, up here, please, for the trophy.
Lots of congratulatory messages coming in online as well. Anne Fortune, for example, for Mullahoran, and Geraldine McNamee.
Present the AIB Cup to Sheila Riley, the captain of the Mullahoran team.
And our cameraman Kieran right in there getting that lovely shot up close. And what an impressive captain she is, and what an impressive speaker. I interviewed her here in Omagh just about a month ago, and she spoke with such passion and joy for what she was doing, and you see it on her face there. And look at the young faces behind her as well. What a moment for the Mullahoran Dreadnoughts. Well, they made history in the 70s. They've made history all these years later. Such an old club, but there's new life in it, and it's great to see. Fantastic day for them. And now Sheila will prove what I find out, that she can talk as well as she can play. And she's got the notes. Maybe not, she's out of breath.
It gives me great honour to accept this cup, an Ulster Cup, on behalf of Mullahoran Ladies Football Team. This is the absolute stuff of dreams, and we're so happy to be bringing this back to our beloved Mullahoran. I want to say a few thank yous, so bear with me just. First of all, to the Ulster LGFA for this Ulster campaign and for the referees and officials for this game. Thanks very much. We knew it was a tough job and a competitive match, so thanks very much. To the Carrickmacross girls, we have great respect for you all. We know you've achieved so greatly to date, and congratulations on your achievements to date. And we know that with the talent you have out there, you'll push on next year. Well done. I want to thank our sponsors, Care Hygiene, and all associated sponsors, and everyone that has come on board with us the last couple of weeks and months in our parish and outside our parish. We're very grateful, so thanks very much. I want to thank our committee in Mullahoran, LGFA. A lot of work has gone on in the background, and without your devotion and commitment to us, we wouldn't have progressed to here today. So we're very thankful for all the work that has gone on behind the scenes. It hasn't gone unnoticed. A special thanks to Catherine and Aileen especially, and all the other people behind the scenes. We want to thank the Mullahoran Men's Committee as well for their support throughout this championship. It really has meant a lot to us. Thank you. To our brilliant management team of Shawnee, Seamus, Jim, Breda, Alan and Kieran. There's countless hours of preparation and planning behind every one of our wins, and you really have brought us to new heights since the county final. So thank you for everything you've done for us. You've inspired us and you've guided us with your passion and your preparation. We are so thankful. So on behalf of all the team down there, we really, really are so grateful. Thank you. To this brilliant bunch of girls down there, we were delighted to win the county final and we celebrated, but we wanted more. We knuckled down and we overcame a lot of challenges since, and we've built a lot of connections within our team, and how great is it that we don't get to part ways just yet. We're gonna push on and hopefully tackle the new challenges that lie ahead. To our supporters, our very loyal supporters in Mullahoran, and all our family and friends who have trudged with us through every corner of Ulster in the last couple of weeks and probably put a lot of mileage on their cars. We are very thankful, and be not mistaken, without your commitment to us and turning up in every kind of weather, we wouldn't have got past today. We know that, and we're thankful for everyone in the crowd and everyone supporting us from far and near. Thanks very much. I think on an occasion like this, it's hard to not mention the previous successful players of Mullahoran LGFA who have in the past inspired us to days like today. We know that you have built teams of legends in times gone by, but you've also built a tradition in us, and you've inspired the passionate players that we are. So thank you for setting the groundwork for us, for this generation, for days like this, and paving the way for future generations of Mullahoran football. Thanks to all of you. Finally, I just want to wish Lord and ladies the very best of luck in their senior final. It's fantastic to have two teams represented. And just congrats to our under-12s representing Mullahoran today as well. We know this is a special day for all of you, so congrats to you all and well done. We're delighted to have had you accompanying us today. Thank you. All that's left is bring this cup back to Mullahoran.
Told you she could talk. Go on, girl, put it up again. Brilliant stuff. Absolutely brilliant from Sheila Riley. Captured absolutely everything there. The tradition, the legends of the past. She said stuff of dreams. And Cavan have only just got their second ever winners in this particular competition. The last Knockbride in 2002. And now the Mullahoran Dreadnoughts have their hands on the Ulster Intermediate Cup. It's the girls from Cavan who have won here and will now progress to the All-Ireland semi-finals. A terrific performance. They won it in style, they give a speech in style, and they're going to celebrate in style as well. We hope you've enjoyed our coverage and those lovely close-up shots there, capturing all of the excitement and the joy up close. And now finally the photograph, which, well, they talked about legends and tradition and inspiring the next generation. When you look back in 20 years' time, this will be the team that they look back and say that they will thank for inspiring them. No, they're going to take the picture the other way around with the stand in the background. So it's Mullahoran Dreadnoughts, the winners over Carrickmacross. Cavan have beaten Monaghan in the 2024 AIB Ulster Intermediate Championship final. And it's that team, that squad, that management that will now go forward to play Bennakerry Tinryland from Carlow, the Carlow and Leinster champions, in the All-Ireland semi-finals in the 50th year of the LGFA, as you can see there from the banner. And it's well done. All the trophies are in the middle. Aisling Sheridan with the player of the match and Sheila Riley with the cup. And there are generations that has gone into that, and it's very appropriate in the 50th year after what Mullahoran did way back in 1975, 76, 77 in those days, well before counties like Tyrone and down in Armagh hadn't even got up and running. That didn't come until the 90s, but Cavan were way ahead of all that thanks to John Joe Brady, and he has a granddaughter in there as well, and that says it all. The generations have come together and the glory days are back again for Mullahoran. We hope you have enjoyed the coverage. As was alluded to there by Sheila, we are going to have the senior Ulster final on after this. It starts at 3:30. We'll be on at about 3:20 with myself and Geraldine McCann, and well, maybe she's Geraldine McGinley she goes by now, but you know who I mean. She'll be joining me, and we will have Clan Erin against the Cavan girls from Lurgan. Will it be a Cavan double? Will it be a Cavan day? We'll find out. Join us on the Ulster Ladies Facebook or on the Ulster Ladies YouTube about 3:20. But for now, from Healy Park, it's goodbye.